What's going on YouTube? Jamo TV HD. Fam, it's going to be a little bit different today. We're not doing technology or video games. I'm just doing a little quick vlog, if it were, about my coronavirus experience in Queen Elizabeth's Hospital. Yeah, I had Saturn and it mashed me up. So let me show you how it went first of all. A couple weeks back, it was a Thursday now. Came into work just as normal, felt good and everything, had a little cough. And simultaneously at the same time, my supervisor got a message from the whole hospital workplace kind of thing saying that one of the wards that I visited a patient on had a nurse, a member of staff with coronavirus, and they've just let out that information 4 days later on the Thursday. So I was like, rah, I was on that ward. Am I gonna die? I didn't know what was happening. I was like, but these times the coronavirus, it was just kind of like a little news scandal and it wasn't all that deep. So I was just like, went about my life. Even went that same day to go and play squash and I played fine. You know, my breathing was normal. Everything was cool, but I had developed this little cough. So got this little cough now. Friday, still got this little cough, but I got a new bike. It was all good and, you know, rode home, no problems. Saturday, went to pick up my little girl, came back, still no problems. Sunday, it flipped. The whole script flipped. Sunday, I tried to get out of bed, yeah? Even Saturday night, when I was going to bed, I felt cold and I thought, do you know what? It's getting to bedtime. I want to be under my covers and I want to feel warm. Sunday now, when I got out of my covers, I was just shivering. I was like, put the heating on. The heating was on a full blast, fam. I was actually sweating, but my body temperature, me, myself, I felt cold. But when people touched me, they said I was hot. My partner touched me, my mom touched me, my little girl touched me. They all said I was hot. This is where I was like, something's going on, and this is more than just a little cold. So, left it a day, because I thought, you know what, when I get man flu, when I get a little cold, yeah, I try and exaggerate the symptoms kind of to get it. So, I was like, do you know what, let's just leave it till tomorrow. We'll take one day off of work, and we'll be nice, and we'll go back on Tuesday. Monday came now, I still felt mash up. I felt so mash up, I had to slide down the stairs to go to the toilet. Yeah, it was not a walking situation for me. I had to literally just slide onto everything that I was doing. I had all this muscle fatigue and I couldn't tell where it was coming from. Like, usually I have muscle fatigue maybe a couple days later from playing squash, but I had muscle fatigue and it was just hard, fam. It was hitting me hard and I was like, I can't even lift. Like, when I'm trying to lift myself up off of stuff, and like my arms are trembling. And I was like, okay, this plus my temperature feeling cold, it's all mad. And when I used this, my mom's got this old thermometer in it. I don't really trust it too tough, but we used it and it told me that my temperature was 38.9. I was like, this is an old temperature. The thermometer probably doesn't even know what it's doing. Tuesday now, after 2 days off work, we're starting to think to myself, that whole coronavirus situation kind of thing, what was that about? So we call 111 now and they're like, yeah, we hear your symptoms. You're probably going to be okay though. So if it gets worse, let us know. And then I started to feel a bit, dizzy at some points with all this muscle fatigue. Called them back again. They were like, okay, do you know what? Let's get you in to do a swab. So we went on to one next hospital now. They swabbed the back of my throat, they swabbed my nose, and they were like, we'll get back to you within 3 days. So 2 days have gone now, and I'm still feeling a mash up with the muscle fatigue and everything. And I'm like, this now it's too far. I thought I was going to go back to work within 2 days. You know, I just wanted a cheeky 2 day sickie from work. It ended up, this is my 4th day off work now. And I was like, what is going on? Call 111 again. And we tried to call the hospital to try and get the results from the coronavirus swab that they gave me. They weren't giving us anything. The hospital weren't giving us anything. Well, the hospital was just like, look, we can't chase it for you. So sorry, not the hospital, 111. They were like, we can't chase it for you. So just sit tight. If anything, if you have any chest pains, then let us know. Otherwise, you're probably cool. You probably ain't got corona. Guys, when I tell you, yeah, I was dying at this point, yeah. Like, I couldn't even sleep. Every time I tried to go sleep, I kept coughing and that kept waking me up. And now I was getting sleep deprivation. And me, yeah, I'm in bed at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock most times. So when I lose sleep, I start getting erratic. I'm like, yo, something's got to go down right now. Something's got to go. So we called 111 for what must have been like the 4th time on Thursday morning. Yeah, they were like, okay. I had to lie to them. I had to lie because I knew that if I just told them I have the same symptoms that I did, they wouldn't have taken it seriously. So I had to tell them that I had chest pains. As soon as I told them I had chest pains, they were like, okay, we're going to get someone to call you back. Bear in mind that every time I called 111, I had to wait like an hour and a half before anyone even picked up the phone. So after an hour and a half of waiting for someone to pick up the phone, they were like, we're going to call you back in a couple hours. I was like, cool, they're going to call me back Thursday evening, Thursday night. It's going to be nice. Friday lunchtime, my phone rings and it's the callback that I was supposed to get like 12 hours ago. I was like, guys, I'm dying. What's going on? They were like, look, we're going to get you into hospital. We're going to sound your chest. We're going to see what's good. I was like, cool. So my mum starts packing my, like a going away bag. I'm like, mum, I'm going to the hospital up the road. I'm not going to need no going away bag. What is this? She's like, I'm going to, you know how mums be. I just let her pack her tea. Go to the hospital now. They sound my chest. They say there's nothing there. I'm like, doctor, something's going on. Because as you can see, I feel cold. When I said I feel cold to them, that's when they looked at my temperature. My temperature said 38.7 or something like that. That's when I saw general worry on the doctor and the nurse's face. I saw them look at each other like, something's going down. Something's going down. So their plan of action at that point was to get me on some paracetamol to bring my temperature down. So what they wanted to do is put the little tap in my arm. Had one nurse, because this is by the way, but had one nurse come with an attitude, one black girl, yeah, she was just like, I don't know why they told me to come and put the tap in your arm. It's not even my thing that I like doing. Rare. I don't even like they should got a doctor to do it. I was like, why are you telling me this? You are the healthcare professional. Come hard, fam. Yeah, cool. Do your thing, bruv. Don't be telling me that you're not too sure about this. Imagine you're sitting there, you're worried, you're sweating already because your temperature and everything else is mashed up. You ain't had sleep, and you now got a person coming and telling you that they're not sure about what they're about to do to you, yeah? So, anyway, bruv, at this point, I was too far gone. I was just on her side. I was just like, do you know what, yeah? They probably got you to do it because they knew that you're the person. They know that you're secretly on this thing, but you're just a bit shy. She tries to tap for me now. It doesn't work. I'm like, okay, cool. Don't worry. Let's get someone else to do it. Yeah, these times I don't even like needles. I was sweating, fam. I was sweating. Bruv, sweat was going bloop, bloop. And I'm like, rah, this girl's going to see the sweat, fam. This girl's going to see how much I do not like needles. So anyway, one other brother comes. He taps me. The blood comes. It's cool. And then they put salt, some can't remember what it's called, sodium thing. They put that into my bloodstream through the tap thing, and then they also put the paracetamol through the bloodstream into the tap thing. Now the paracetamol, when they checked my temperature later, brought my temperature down to like 37.9, which was still too high, but at least it wasn't 38 point something. They did that now, and they did some other tests. They got me on my x-ray thing, and after the x-ray, they found out that one of my lungs was compromised, fam. One of my lungs had the pneumonia, and they were like, rah, you're not going home. I was like, I'm not, what, you want me to stay overnight? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're going to get me to stay overnight, one night kind of thing, because these times it was already 9 p.m. anyway, so I was like, one night won't do me too much. These times I didn't know that I was about to be staying in this hospital for the whole week, and I've never stayed overnight in a hospital in my life, apart from when my little girl was born and I slept over on a beanbag because I wanted to make sure everything was cool. Apart from that, I've never slept over a hospital in my life. Yeah, that happened now. They moved me to a next room on another ward and had me on an isolation thing. So you can only come in the room with a mask, you can only leave the room with a mask kind of thing. They had me on that, and my health just started going downhill at this point, bruv. The coughing was getting worse. These times I had not slept for like 4 days straight now, and fam, I was dying. When I don't get sleep here, I feel like my body just can't heal, and I was crying, I was coughing, I was doing everything, bruv. Like, my mum was bringing food because the hospital food was dead, and I was looking at the food, and my mum actually bought some nice food. I can't even remember what it was now, but I looked at this food and I was like, it's a wrap for me, it's a wrap. My mum bought my Nintendo charger, so I was like, okay, do you know what? I'm off work. I might as well play some Nintendo and live my best life. I didn't want to play Nintendo, bro. I just wanted to sleep at that point and recover. And I was wondering, why am I shivering? Like, I bought some massive duvet here to the hospital. You know how black people be, bring the whole house to the hospital, innit? And I was under this thing, sweating, but shivering. And I didn't know what to do. And they kept testing me. Anyway, skip forward like like 4 days now. They gave me a CAT scan. The CAT scan now showed that I had pneumonia on both lungs. So whereas before I thought, you know what, I got one lung working, one lung not really working, it's all calm. They were now like, both of your lungs are effed. So at this point, we were still waiting for the coronavirus test from the first hospital that I went to, and they hadn't done it yet. So now this hospital did their own little coronavirus swab, and I had 2 swabs that I was waiting for. And they were trying to say that if they get the swab, they will know whether it's a viral pneumonia or whether it's bacterial pneumonia. If it's bacterial, they said it's all good, we'll use the antibiotics and you're nice. If it's viral, you're effed. So they were like, let's hope that the coronavirus is not the thing that's causing the pneumonia, because if it is, that means it will be a viral pneumonia, and that's what we don't want. So we're all praying now. Yeah, I'm just sitting in the hospital trying to sleep. I can't sleep. They put me on this nebulizer thing, and this thing cleared my airwaves, this thing cleared my airwaves, and I was able to breathe whilst I slept, kind of thing. Because the problem was I kept going to sleep and I kept not breathing, then I kept choking. When I put this nebulizer thing on, I was nice, fam. I got my first night of sleep. Fast forward a couple of days now, and after I've had this nebulizer for a couple of nights, I started feeling a lot better. I could breathe again. I was doing things, because before, without the nebulizer, I was walking to the toilet, walking back, and it's about 4 feet, and I was out of breath, fam. I was hyperventilating. It looked like people would have thought that I just ran around a lap, fam. Like, ran around a track or something. They would have thought that, but that's what happened, innit? Anyway, so yeah, I eventually got out of hospital a whole week later, because I felt good. Like, I feel good now. This is like 2 days after me coming out of hospital, and they gave me some antibiotics to keep taking. They never really found out what virus it was that caused my pneumonia, but the 2 tests for coronavirus came back and said that they were both negative. So the coronavirus was negative, HIV was negative, hepatitis was negative, tuberculosis was negative, but all the symptoms that I had were for a corona-like virus. But I seem to be getting on with the antibiotics, so, you know, they pushed me out of hospital and they were like, just take those and we'll see what happens, kind of thing. So here I am, I've taken the course of antibiotics. I feel a lot better now. I've still got a little bit of a cough, but they told me that the cough will continue for like 6 months anyway, because when you have pneumonia, you don't just get rid of the cough the week later. But I'm coughing a lot less now, as you can tell on this video. Yeah, and that's it. So I don't know if it was corona and the test didn't work or whatever, but every single, like the dry cough, the temperature, the sweats, all of that I had, it was corona-like symptoms, innit? So wash your hands, stay home, and watch my Nintendo streams, and let's go with it. Let's just more life. Let's just try and live. I'm a relatively healthy person, and from what I went from on Thursday daytime to Sunday daytime, in 3 days, my health dropped, fam. So this is obviously a serious thing, innit? But anyway, thanks for watching. If you had a similar experience in a hospital, South London hospital, any hospital to be honest, let me know what they're doing. Drop a little something in the comment section, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Done.